back to our stream of streams. This is where we pretend to be a D&D show and stream our D&D things. This is my homebrew world of streams, and these are the players. Last session we did a quick trip on a boat off to a ruin where our party absolutely decimated some goblins and some kobolds, just really fucked them up, just absolutely destroyed them. And then, after exploring a little deeper into the ruins, we discovered a kind of like mural to times past, a little history, and an alarm was set off. We know Ophie found an orb of alarm that was doing something, and who else got the nat high perception? Who else noticed it? Was it?
Egan.
It was PBJ. Egan did. Egan did. That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Egan, you got the high
noticed
arcana.
The
I just heard the screams.
That's right. Yep. So Egan and Ophie noticed that an alarm was set. PB&J and Johnny Claw noticed some screams were happening outside as soon as they crossed the threshold into this room that Waxie set off, because they were totally far off into the distance. And then as our party walks outside, they see a huge airship armada descending from the clouds. Their crew and captain decimated, and as they escape, they turn around to make one last look, and there is no evidence of any airship ever attacking this island. On a 2 nat 20 survival checks, they made their way to Metal Slime Island, where after a quick but boring battle, everyone leveled up from level 5 to level 6. So now our party's level 6, and they left Metal Slime Island, and we meet our party not as exhausted as they would have been if they had gone all the way from the lesser ruin to the Cradle, but we still see them washed up on shore, boat broken, and absolutely just tired. No one has a level of exhaustion. Everyone is level 6. Everyone is a little beaten, a little bruised, tired, but okay. Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else? My brain's a little addled. Excuse me. Is there anything else? Oh, so yes. The other thing I should mention too is that some of you noticed that there were snake people, scaled humanoids on the airships, and Egan and Ophie and Waxie all transformed into them. But that is now gone because this guy's self only lasts for an hour.
We're in the Cradle right now.
You are on the yeah, that's right. You are on the coast of the entrance of the main island of the Cradle. You guys have kind of washed ashore, drag your boat up, and just kind of sit there to gather your thoughts if you want to. You're on the coast of the Cradle. There's it's kind of desolate around you. It's like a beach. It's kind of like Maine in the winter. There's snow, but also you're on a beach still. And there's just water, freezing cold water lapping at you guys as you just sit on this beach to gather your thoughts.
Okay, and this is the first time that Ophie and Egan have left Sabella, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I think the first thing Ophie's gonna do is just kind of as we wash up on the shore, is going to just look around first, check on Egan, Hey, bud, how are you doing?
Uh, I'm doing all right. We're pretty tired. Over this water, over this cold, but besides that, can't complain.
Yeah. Do you by chance know of why anyone else is here with us? Like, do you know why they were on like with the trading company to begin with?
I didn't ask questions.
Okay, then Ophie's immediately gonna turn to the rest of the party and be like, hey guys, didn't really do a good job introducing myself earlier. I thought this was just gonna be like a quick one and done thing. And then I would just graduate, but I don't know what's going on right now. So, I'm Ophie Lateralis. I'm a necromancy wizard at Prime Alpha. I'm a senior. I was trying to do my capstone project, and then this happened. Are any of you guys or a cat? Yeah, are any? I'm from Academy Prime, not Academy Alpha. They suck. We hate them. Uh,
Boo.
boo. Uh, are any of you guys from the Cradle?
And
Am I?
silence reaps over the party.
Wow.
You all absolutely would know Waxie is from the Cradle because she's a Tabaxi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they did a weird shape shifting thing last session, so I don't
That's
know
true.
about that.
True.
Waxie would turn her head and go, what? What'd you say?
And Ophie's gonna go like lean very close into like Waxy's face and just be like,
Um,
"Are you from here?
Thank you.
You from this place?
So
Are
yeah,
you used?"
Waxie would kind of lean in closer and go, crap, I had something I was gonna say and I forgot it. Yeah, she'd just be, oh, sweet, sweet boy. This is my home.
You lived on the beach?
Yep.
This is where you're from, right here.
Right here.
Well, the island, the crate.
Okay, so do you think you'd be able to? Because Gray? What do I like? What does like Ophie see? Is there like a big gate that's
Yeah.
like a big entrance into it? Like,
No, so
where's the way that we go basically from here?
yeah, so you can kind of see off in the distance. You're kind of like a decent far enough way. Like the way the Cradle is set up is there's like a big city and like kind of like a gated area like blocking surrounded by mountains, and you can kind of see that city in the distance. But there's a little bit of a trek, and you can kind of like see the mountains in the distance. So you're probably a few miles away from um, like the rest of the places. So like you can see a bunch of stuff in the horizon, and like snow is starting to like kind of like fall down gently on you guys. But there's like it seems to be like a pretty much a barren wasteland right now. That's like kind of what the Cradle is until you get to the main city.
Okay, so then Ophie would turn back to Waxy and say, "Do you know the way to the city over there? Do you think you could take us?"
Yeah.
Okay. And then Ophie is gonna ask, "Do you need?" I have no idea. I'm gonna be really honest. I have no idea how old you are, so you can either be like 12 or 100. Do you need help getting there? Do you need me to like carry you?
I appreciate your kindness there, boy, but I can certainly handle myself. Also, for some reason, I'm southern now.
Everybody make a perception check.
Can I actually do a check of the boat to see like what supplies survived our trip, just so I can distribute out any sort of rations or stuff? Since it was like a lifeboat, I'm assuming it had stuff for us to survive.
Egan
give me a luck check. What was that, Egan?
10 for perception.
Okay.
Also a 10.
Ophie got a 16.
Okay.
Waxie 15.
Waxie got a 15.
Indeed.
Okay. Waxie, what was your luck check there, Johnny?
A 12.
Okay. Yeah. So Johnny, you find some supplies in the boat. You see, like, most of the food seems to kind of be waterlogged. You know, the rope survived. Some of the water actually seems to be okay. It was in kind of like some waterproof, tight skeins. So like that's all good. You have water. You have some food, but not a lot. But you have a lot of other supplies that can like kind of get you through like any hunting that would need to do. Like you could potentially make some like fishing stuff going on, and that would be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna distribute that stuff to the party so that we all have some stuff to eat in case we have to camp outside the city.
Okay, cool.
Can I ask water to try to suck any water in any of the stuff? Try to like have it not be water.
Sure. Give me a Arcana check. No. Yeah, give me an Arcana check, but it's going to be a high Arcana check because you're trying to suck water from food.
How about a nat 20?
Yeah, you do it. All the food is safe. You absorb all the water, and then you immediately evaporate it. So you guys have like 6 days worth of food on you now. So that's tight.
I'm a yacht party.
As this is all happening, both Ophie and Waxie, you guys see in the distance, kind of like fading in and out, not through magic means, but through like just them being like more like cat-like and able to blend in a little bit better into their surroundings. You see 2 Tabaxi guards starting to kind of slowly walk in on your position.
But you said that they don't seem menacing. Like this is just because they're cats that they're kind of like walking.
You would think since the Cradle is like a warlike, not a warlike, but like a last line of defense. It's basically a big military base. These guys just seem to be out on patrol.
Okay, I'm immediately going to message Egan and let him know that I see like Tabaxi, like other Tabaxi coming, and then I'm gonna turn to Waxie and be like, "Do you know anyone in the do you know anyone in the guard? They're on their way over here."
Waxie would kind of squint her eyes and look out and go, "Oh, that looks like Conrad and Howard. Oh, such nice boys."
John, Rad, and Howard, we're over here. Please help us. We need to get to the city.
Wait, is that Steve?
You guys,
I can't tell.
you guys see the 2 Tabaxis start running at you guys, like sprinting, trying to be like, and they'll be like, "Hey, don't worry, we're coming for you." I don't know what happened. They come up to you guys, and they go. One of them goes. They're both like taller Tabaxis. They're kind of heavily decked out in armor, but they're both like mountain lion, kind of like basic shape. So they're a little bit more like puma, a little bit of that like light skin fur, and they're they're not in full plate, but they're kind of in like scale armor. They got like spears and shields, so they seem like ready to like decked out to be ready to fight at any point. But they come up to you guys and they go, "Hi, first off, how did you know our names?" I'm John Rat, and the other one goes, "I'm Howard." And they go,
Waxie would walk up and go up to John Rad and kind of squeeze his arm gently and go, "Oh my boy, how's baby Lucinda doing? Is she okay? Coming along nicely?"
You see that both of them look at you, Waxie, and they immediately salute and go, "Colonel." They go, "We didn't know where you went." This has been a big fuck up on our part. and they be like, we gotta get you back into the city right now.
Waxie would like immediately like kind of straighten out and broaden her shoulders and just kind of glare at them a little bit and then go, "At ease, gentlemen." And then like, and then just
John Rott and Howard both kind of like tense up still a little bit, and they go, "All right, okay," and they go, "We should take you back to the general. We need to get you to the general like right now. We need to go."
The general?
Oh no, he. Waxie would be like, "Oh no, we don't have to see him. That's okay. You know, I already messaged him. He knows I'm here. It's okay. Don't worry about it."
They both go. Give me a deception check. What's?
Can I
Yes,
try to either like give the help action or like be like, oh no, please, we just crashed. Let's get our bearings first. Like persuade them into slowing down a bit.
No. You cannot.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, they're gonna make 2 insight checks on their own. They're each gonna make an insight check. See what they get.
While this is happening, Ophie is definitely gonna go up to Egan and be like, "What the fuck, bud? She is a fucking colonel. Oh my god, what is this place? Where are we?
Who the fuck is this woman?"
John Rat looks. Oh yeah, he's like, okay. Obviously, you know who the general is. General knows you're here. That's fine. Let's go. And then Howard like kind of like looks at John Rat and is like, "Really, dude?" And then looks back at you and goes, "We were sent to patrol to be on the lookout for you. There's no way that like the general knows you're here. We have to take you to him."
Waxie under her breath would be like, "Shit." She's just gonna take me to my nuisance of a son. He's just gonna yell at me anyway.
He's your son?
So John Rat and Howard both kind of lock arms on either side of you, and they start to like, you guys do that like old lady walk where like you have 2 like young men on either side of you as you're like walking, and
she would immediately shove them off and like just like she's like, "I don't need your help." Yeah, sure, and just like kind of mumble under her breath.
So John Rat and Howard bring you into the city. They walk you back to the city. Everything's fine. You see that as you guys are walking, you guys enter the city. It's a quiet city. It's still kind of like bustling. You still see people around, but it's like a lot of it is like harsh stone, like harsh gray stone on stone. Like a lot of like kind of like thick fur patches on stuff. Like it's cold here, so a lot of the architecture is more like utility and warmth. So you guys go through this place, and as there's quiet people, but there's still it's quiet. People are still out and about, but the other people, there's like guards walking around. That's what I'm trying to get at. There's like guards walking around, and as you guys pass the guards and John Rod and Howard, like kind of on either side of you guys, you see, and Waxie in front of you just kind of scooting along. You guys see a lot of the guards stop and like salute Waxie as you guys scoot along. And you guys go through the city. It's very quaint. It's very nice. There's stalls around. People are buying stuff. A lot of like bartering is happening. So there's like a nice hum in the back of your ears if you like guys are like, not really paying attention. So, for Ophie and Egan, this is probably this is very different from Submella, from what you guys would know. This is like very subdued, very quiet versus like the Submella, where it's like hustling, bustling, tons of noise all the time.
Yeah, Ophie is definitely like stressed out. Is there like, are we like dressed appropriately for this? I feel like Submella is like a lot warmer temperature.
Yeah, probably. I would say. Sorry.
Egan definitely would just cast Produce Flame after walking around for a bit. So he's just like holding this fire for us.
Yeah, and like
that's great.
Ophie's definitely like curled up like next to him, just like walking along, and I'd say for like the first time his like rummy nose is like actually like curled around him to like also give him warmth.
It's like a scarf.
Yeah.
Waxie would definitely like have a moment where she pauses and like kind of like ruffles and shakes a little bit, and then like her fur like expands, like kind of poofs open to warm her up a little bit.
Can I do a perception check to see if any of these stalls we're passing have liquor?
Sure. Yeah, make a perception check.
Waxie would
also
also
give
be
me
like,
a luck check.
Nat 1 on perception.
Nat 1. Also, give me a luck check to see if your decanter of liquor that you got from the boat prior survived the journey.
Oh, I chugged that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't give me a
So
luck
no,
check.
it did not survive.
Yeah. No, there is no.
As soon as you said someone gives it to you and you sneaks out, I chugged my water on this.
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Hold on. They should have access to it. Sorry, my advisor emailed me back again about stuff. They should have access to it.
It's 9 o'clock. He can wait till tomorrow.
Right.
You would think so, but
Oh, boy, why is the rum always gone?
no, you don't see anything on you don't see anything on a nat 1. This is like a lot of food, but there's no like alcohol carts or anything.
there's only pure distilled water in every bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Ophie also wants to message Waxie, and Ophie would like to as we're like kind of walking, and just ask Waxie like, why are you being so secretive? Like, aren't these your people? Like, what's happening?
Waxie would respond to messages and be like, "Oh, sweet boy. Yeah, these guys are all pissed at me. I kind of ran away. I don't know, you know." So there's a whole lot of hoopla, but they're wrong. Just know that.
Okay. Okay, and then he's gonna message back. He's just like, if you know of anyone who could help us contact Samela, I need to contact my school. And he's like shivering.
Waxie would be like, "Oh, honey, of course, no, definitely. I can absolutely pair you up with the right people. Don't worry. We'll make sure that you're not listed as absent for class. We'll have everything taken care of."
Oh, I don't really care if I'm like absent for class. I just want to know what the fuck I'm supposed to do now since my mission failed.
Well, probably drop out, but either way.
Okay, I'm dropping out of school again.
He goes, "Why are you yelling? I'm right here."
Oh, right. Sorry, I just. Sorry. He's just gonna keep going. He's like, oh.
Congratulations.
It's all right.
So
you're welcome.
You guys go through. What?
I was gonna say you're welcome to it. You're welcome to. I don't want to stay in list, but like, you're welcome to start taking classes here. You might die though. You're kind of, well, skinny.
You know what?
I mean, the Cradle has a academy here.
We do.
They have Academy Delta.
Boo! Academy Delta, Academy Dome.
Waxie would whip her head around and just, I gotta roll intimidation for it, but just glare at him for that.
Egan's definitely intimidated because he finds you frightening.
I find Waxie frightening, and I'm the DM.
She rolled a 17 on intimidation, so.
Oh, 100%.
Can I try to like go against that?
Yeah, give me a deception check. Give me a.
Oh no, that's a natural 3. I am shivering, but no one knows if it's because I'm cold or terrified.
Yeah, so you guys walk through this the city. John Rott and Howard on either side of you, and you guys finally reach kind of like the center of the city. As you get closer and closer, it's kind of like that midday summer or winter upstate New York kind of like snow day where it's like dark outside, but it's kind of like still it's still midday. But as you get closer and closer to this government building, it starts to get a little bit brighter, and you guys all start to warm up a little bit. This is a big kind of you guys see the government building. It's like a big like White House style building, but it's covered in these lightly glowing rocks. And this is anyone who wants to can give me a history check.
Egan 100% wants it.
Can Waxie roll it with advantage?
Waxie, you would know what these are.
Okay.
22.
Johnny got an 11.
Anyone who beats a 10 gets this.
Yeah, Ophie got a 16.
It's just lore. It's not. Okay, cool.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you all know this. This is more of a lore thing rather than like a role playing future thing. This is I don't know if I ever gave it a name. This is a. Did I give it a name? I don't think I did. I know I didn't.
Improv.
I want to call it lodestone, but I know that's a more of electric.
About Todd.
Todd? No. This is Flexstone. We'll call it Flexstone. It is
Flex seal?
like Flex Seal. This is an old kind of substance that was found on Cradle that was like hammered into shape before before history was able to be conceived, or like before your annals of history like are there. My mom's in the background listening to me DM narrate. I keep listening to her laugh at me. Annals of history. This is just like a rock that for some reason gives off warmth and keeps the middle of the cradle warm. And the whole building is kind of naturally insulated, so there's not a lot of furs around here. It's like a warm, welcoming stone building, which seems to go against everything you would think when you see a stone building. They bring you in, they bring you upstairs. You see various tabaxi, centaurs, satyrs, and like loxodons kind of like walking around. They seem to be doing like more bureaucratic stuff. And they bring you upstairs to this huge iron wrought doors that they kind of like swing open, and you guys see the largest, thickest, blackest tabaxi you have ever seen. He is kind of like that's right. He's like a jaguar-based Black Panther tabaxi. He stands at like 6'5". He is wearing full plate. He's got a huge broadsword on his back, and he is just standing over this huge mahogany desk, poring over different maps. He's got pins and everything, and this room looks like a war zone. But if you look a little more closely, it's like a calculated war zone. Everything has a place, and he seems to. You would think that he like his eyes flick to one side and then back to the other side, and then down and then back up, and he seems to know where everything is, and it's a well calculated like war map. He glances up as you guys walk in, and he kind of like shakes his head off to the side, and he just goes, "Mother, where have you been?"
I want to hear it from you. You're always so mean to me.
He goes, "You are elderly. You are not taking care of yourself. I have set up a wonderful cabin room off to the side here.
You ageist little shit. You will respect me.
This is General Rising Dawn, the most powerful man in the Cradle. He is the person who has this is General Rising Dawn. He as Waxie says that he like puts his head in his hand in his temples and he just rubs it and he goes, "Mother, you cannot be doing the things that you used to do.
Can't tell me what to do. I'm as young as a sprite."
Egan's
You are not.
I gallop around the Cradle. Don't even talk to me like that. You should have seen me. I hit 120 feet per 6 seconds yesterday. I'm killing it.
That is
Ophie would step forward and be like, "That is General Rising Dawn. That is true. It was quite terrifying, but it was true."
See, I like this kid. Let's get him a spot at the academy.
He glances over at you and glares at you with this and there's like fire in between his eyes and he goes, "Boy, you not speak back to me. Just because I am in
He's my friend. He's such a good little boy. He stands up for me. Unlike you."
You guys that there is the huge hulking man that just suddenly appeared before you, Ophie, that like tried to intimidate you, immediately starts to shrink and like grows physically tired when his mother starts to speak. He just goes
like, go for it.
He just goes, "Mother, we have been over this. I do not know what more you need from me. I'm just trying to keep you comfortable in your old age."
I don't want to be comfortable. I want to have a good ass time. Leave me alone. Let me do what I want. I'm not going to go into that home of a cabin you call. I'm not going to be put away like this. I'm still young.
I live right next to you. I'm right next to you the whole time.
Okay. And that's lovely, but you have that maid coming in all the time, and it's just way I know she's looking at me weird. Like, I don't need that in my life. I can remember to take a aspirin every day. Like, it's fine. I can handle myself.
You see, he goes, "Tilda is a wonderful maid, and she does wonderful things to our, cleaner stuff."
She slipped a 20 out of my purse the other day. I swear, you got to get that lady out of there.
That absolutely never happened. I have vetted all of our help many times. This is the 4th maid we've had to go through in 6 months because of your accusations.
Oh, they're not accusations. Your cousin
can't keep doing this.
Shit, you know it.
He goes. He has both of his hands in his temples at this point, and he's just rubbing.
I think Ophie would interject again because Ophie's more terrified of Waxie than he is General Rising Dawn, and he's gonna say he's like, "Excuse me, sir. Clearly, your mother doesn't want to have a maid, but while we're here, I'm sure my friend Egan and I would be willing to keep an eye on her and make sure that she is safe." And then he's immediately going to message Waxie and be like, "You're gonna have free reign. I'm just trying to help. You're gonna have free reign. Don't yell at me."
He would be like inches away from backhanding the living daylights out of his shoulder, and just be like, and glare at him and just be like, and then turn and be like, "I will allow these 2 boys to be my maid." Only
one maid.
You see,
and then she would whip her head back to them and go, "But only if they dress in uniform."
Ophie doesn't know how to react to that. He's like, "Is this like a sexual thing, or should I be terrified of this uniform?"
It's more just humiliation for payback for if you try and be a maid at all.
Rising Dawn looks at you guys, looks at you, Ophie specifically, and goes, "Boy, if you don't think I know a message cantrip from just pointing, you got another thing coming. However, my mother seems to like you two for some reason." And he turns around, walks into a closet that he kind of pulls out from a stone wall, and he pulls out 2 maid uniforms. And he goes, "These 2 should fit you just fine." And he hands them to you.
I flick Ophie in the ear.
He just looks back and he's like, just pure. He as he makes eye contact with Egan, it's just pure regret. Just fuck. I don't know what to do right now. Fuck.
Waxie at this point would kind of sigh and look down and look up to her son and just go, "How are the people? Are they okay? We saw everything coming down from the skies. Is everyone okay? Do you need help with anything?"
General Rising Dawn sits down at you asking him that, and he leans back in his chair, and you guys can see the weight of the world just sitting on this man's back as he just relaxes for 1 second before he tenses back up and just sits there, and he goes, "It's not good, Mom." Oops, I got something in my eye. Woo. He goes, "It's not good, Mom. People," he starts to cry. He tears up a little bit.
That's what I thought that was. I was like, that's perfect timing.
No, it's just me. It's just me tearing up. Oh, because I rubbed my eye too hard or something. Yeah, he goes, It's not good, Mom. We're losing more and more men every day. We can't keep this up, and I don't know what's going on." He goes, yeah. He's just like, I don't know what's going on. We can't pump out recruits fast enough to fight. There's just
who are we fighting?
Too much
Johnny
happening.
has been deadpan this whole time, but as soon as you said fight, he's like, who are we gonna fight?
Give me a persuasion check. He looks at you.
And he's stressed, and he summons Mihos Minkling on the desk, and Mihos just proceeds to lick General Rising Dawn.
Can I roll for perception? I get a quick glance at the war board that he's going over.
Yeah, give me a perception. And I will say, yeah. No, just give me a flat perception check.
Okay. I got an 18 persuasion.
Okay. Yeah, he goes. He looks at you. He sees that you're with Waxie. He sees that you are the tallest Triton he's ever seen before in his life, and your claw. And he goes, someone from the Needlefish clan. I can see that you are obviously built and known for, maybe you protected my mother, obviously.
I protected myself, you little shit.
Mother!
She did. I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't do.
She would definitely take offense to him immediately, just being like, "Oh, this tall man is totally capable of handling himself."
Hey, I'm only 5'4". I'm just the tallest Triton that most people have ever seen because they are normally 5 foot tall. So I'm massive, but for a Triton.
I got a 22 history or perception.
History.
But this would definitely turn into her being like, she'd be like, "Why won't you let me help? You know I can help out with these things. I'm not decrepit. Don't you still have faith in me? I'm a colonel, for God's sakes."
He goes, "Mother, you're not decrepit. You obviously got around wherever you got around. I don't even know how you left and then came back here with these other hooligans that have just come up."
Probably.
But
we got back on a boat. You should probably came on a boat. I don't know if you've been outside, but there's a lot of water everywhere, so we use boats to go most places.
He Normally, give me an insight check as you say that.
Oh, not very good. A 3.
Okay. This man is sad. This is a sad, sad man. He's about ready to cry. As you say that, he's very, very sad when you say that. But he like kind of looks and he goes, "It was a rhetorical question, young man." But he goes. He said, "Well, there's a lot of stuff going on that just happened." He turns. He says to you, Waxie. He just goes, "Mother, you are one of the most capable fighters I have ever laid eyes on. However, you cannot do the things that you used to be able to do anymore. I don't know what happened."
And goes, I watched her melt a goblin with her breath.
You see he stops at that and he goes, "What? This woman..."
This would be the one time Waxie would kind of sulk down a little bit and not stand as tall, and she'd be like, "Nothing. Don't worry about it. It was nothing."
This time, Rising Dawn like gets really close to you, Egan. He goes, "This woman was the most capable fighter in her entire generation of people. You have the audacity to come into our house and my lineage and tell me that she uses magic?
Don't talk
She
to him.
raised me..." He stops. He's gonna make a little inside check. He's gonna make a little inside check.
Ophie's gonna message Waxie because like that's his thing now, and he's gonna be like, "Do you want me to cover for you? Like, do you want me to like say that I did the magic?"
She would turn and not message and say out loud to you, "No, it's time." And then she would turn to General Rising Dawn and be like, I just wanted you to believe that I could help. And you just constantly come to me, getting me these shitty maids who keep stealing my $20 bills, and what I got a little help. It may or may not be, but I got a little bit of help. I just want you to have faith in me again. I hate the way you look at me like I'm some thing that always needs to be helped and taken down flights of stairs, and these two idiot guards grabbed my arms the second we got out. I can step off a boat, for God's sakes."
John Rat and Howard look really uncomfortable when they say that. When you say that, he goes, "Oh no, don't look at me." Waxie just looks at you, and he just goes, or not Waxie. Rising Dawn just looks at you, and he goes, "I just want you to be safe. You are the only person I have left in this world. And there is so much shit." And he points to behind him as he says this. And you can kind of see through the window. There's like snow kind of coming down. It's starting to be a little bit thicker. More of a flurry's flying around. But you can see the greater ruins in the background. And there's like flashes of light. And like you can, if you listen really closely, you can hear the clanging of metal, and like it sounds like something is going on out there. Mm-hmm. And he goes, as he points back there, and he goes, "I don't know. In the 20 plus years I have ruled the Cradle, every year, blood and sweat, I fight my way to the top, and I have never left my post. I do not think I can stop what is coming out from that ruin. I have protected this world for 20 plus years, and I do not think I can stop what's happening there. and I just wanted you to be safe.
She would reach out and kind of like, caress his face and just say, "Oh, sweetie, I raised you. I know you can do this. Because if you're even as close to as badass as I am, which I know you are, because you can kick anyone's ass. No problem."
He gets
You see,
crying.
the general tears up. You see in the black fur that's coming from his eyes, he like streaks start to come down, and he tears up and he weeps a little at that, and he goes.
He would just like place like a hand on the shoulder too, and just say, "You just need to let others help you. You can't do this all alone."
He just goes, "Okay, mother. You may go and do what you want. It was wrong of me to sequester you and try to hide you away when I am very obviously my mother's son. And there's nothing that I think Arf would do to not protect the cradle and this world. He just kind of like waves at you and says, he goes and picks the 2 maid uniforms up and he puts them back in the closet.
Oh no, Ophie was full in. He already put the maid uniform on, and basically while this is going on, Ophie, like as Waxie like walked in front, I think Ophie like saw she dropped like a 20-piece gold piece, and he like picks it up, and he's like, "Oh, I think you dropped this gold piece," and then he goes up to General Rising Dawn, and in the maid uniform, and he's just like, again, I'm sorry to intrude. My friend Egan and I, we do a lot of ruin exploring, and so we've learned a lot about ruins, but I didn't know about the ruins in the Cradle. What's going on in the ruins?
Would Egan have known about these? Would we have studied these?
No. So these are the greater. So there's the greater ruins in the background, which you see. Which you would know that most of the places in streams has a greater ruin, but they're usually quiet. People like go in, dungeon dive a little bit, seem to get some stuff, and that's really all it seems to be. You wouldn't know what's going on with like what seems to be going on here at the Cradle.
Waxie would, at this point, do 2 things. One, she would walk over to one of like his, maps with pins and, little army men or whatever, all, like groups of battalions or whatever, and kind of like point and just go, no, 4th battalion, and like kind of move something, and like in what I'm assuming would be like a very intelligent decision, but then also would turn and say, would turn to General Rising Dawn and be like, plus she'd be like, we know a little bit about what's going on. It's not much, but anything we can do to help. We were there, and when it happened, and have some found the runes that tell of this tale, and also may or may not have set off the alarm.
He looks at you. We have some other things that we need to like wrap back in together at this point, but he kind of looks at you really confused at what you're talking about when you like talk about like what's going on with the lesser ruins. Where you like what happened with you guys. He looks really confused when you say that. He then turns to you, Johnny, as he goes, "I'm sorry, my mother distracted me from our previous conversation. Monsters are escaping from the greater ruins. Beasts, monstrosities, things that we used to, that never came out, and we're not sure why. We fight day and night at this point to keep them at bay from the people of the Cradle. and our biggest fear is something escaping and ravaging the towns and the world around us. On that 22 perception check, PBJ, you would see that this. I've been trying to get to this, but we've had some great character building moments.
Rewind the conversation.
Some great role play. We're just rewinding a little back before Waxie moves everything around. You see that things have progressed to a bad state. You see monsters are streaming out of any one of the Greater Ruin entrances, and they're like, General Rising Dawn has like stuff in his barracks, stuff in like he has like a total count of all of the armies, like the people that he has at various points, and he's like, it's running thin, and he doesn't know how much longer he can keep it up. And you do notice on that 22 perception check with the thing, there was a break in the line, and something got through.
Okay.
I think that's all. Everything else tied up is that. I think that's everything.
Could I do? Following that up, could I just do like a quick either history or insight into, based on my own knowledge of other Greater Ruins from government work? Compare and contrast my own information versus what they're seeing here?
Yes. Give me a. What do I want to call this? I think history check would probably work. Okay. History or nature. I'll say one of those two.
Okay. Ooh, baby. 23.
Yeah, what's happening here is not happening other places. What you were kind of sent out on as your mission is different than what's happening at this site. What's happening here is very worrisome, but on that 23 what was the history check? Yeah, on that 23 history check, you would think that instead of what you know is being connected to what's happening with the Greater Ruin, maybe it might be connected to what's happening with what you saw at the Lesser Ruin.
Okay.
Ophie would like to also go up to General Rising Dawn and just ask him, is there any connections to a specific one of the gods that your Greater Ruins are representative of?
He goes, no. The Greater Ruins are just there. They don't have any connections to the gods from what we know. You would have to maybe go talk to more about Flitterdown, the scholars there, the history scholars, the arcanists. They seem to me maybe more know about the history. I do not. To my knowledge, some of the lesser ruins and maybe some of the islands around are more connected to the gods, but the Greater Ruins have always just been kind of a mystery. They just seem to exist, and we're not sure why. And they don't really seem to be connected to any of the pantheon.
He's gonna say okay, and then he's gonna turn his back to General Rising Dawn to message Waxie again, and be like, should we tell him all that we saw at the Lesser Ruins? I feel like we haven't divulged everything to him. I feel like we haven't divulged really anything to him about what happened.
I will say for the record multiple times that someone has messaged someone, I have just done finger guns.
Why is everyone pointing? And I start pointing at people, but I don't know message, so nothing happens.
This is a real Jet moment. A Ruby. This is a real Ruby moment. Sorry.
Yeah, would be Waxie would message back and say, yes, we should share. If he is to do his duty and do it well, which I know he will, he should be in the loop of everything so that he can protect the cradle.
And then
he raise his hand again and say, General, sir, any creatures that just look like scaly humans come out of that ruin?
He goes, no, it's just been a variety of beasts and beast-like creatures. Nothing, no humanoids have come out.
Well, sir, while we were in the lesser ruin for with the trading company, the people who attacked us were almost reptilian-scaled humanoids that came from like a ship from the sky. They destroyed the entire fleet of the trading company. The captain is he's gone. We escaped, but only because the three of us were able to disguise as them and hide on a ship and sail away. I don't know what's going on anymore with that, but it seems like something. Could it be that someone's tampering with the ruins to cause them to let something out?
He looks at you and he just goes, he's really confused for a while, kind of like sits there thinking, and he's just like, you guys were on a trading vessel for Amnella, with the Amnella Trading Company?
Yes.
And you guys went to a lesser ruins, and then you were attacked by a boat, just from the water, like the Glyph Fleet. The Glyph Fleet attacked you.
No, it came from the sky, sir.
It was a boat, but it flew.
It came from the sky? That doesn't make any sense. He just sits there and he goes. he sits there and he goes, no, I don't know. I don't see how anybody could be manipulating the greater ruins. Again, you would have to speak with Flitterdown.
Would you be? Yeah, Waxie would just say, would you be able to let them know that we will be reaching out to them or visiting them, and so that they can make way for us?
Yeah, he goes, and you see as you say that, like, to make way for you guys, this huge hulking Tabaxi man gets a little bit more beaten down, and he just goes, I can let them know that you are coming, but our ports are closed. I can't let you guys out right now because nobody has been able to move out of our ships. We've had to close our main port gates. Something is out there, and just we are as much as a siege on the inside as we are on the outside. And he kind of points to his map where you saw PBJ. He goes, something escaped out of the port, climbed the mountains, which is a feat no one thought anyone could do, and escaped into the water. And ever since then, any trading boats that have come to us or come out or left have been absolutely obliterated. We see the wreckage coming in and out as possible. We can get you guys to one of the mini islands surrounding, and we can get you to our wizard, or our wizard, tower, and get you guys a sending message. And he points to you, Egan and Ophie, and he goes, that sending could potentially help you guys as well. To talk to your principal, maybe they can help as well. But he goes, we can't go out right now. There's nothing we can do to get you guys out there. And he kind of like doubles back and he goes, I'm really sorry to say that, but like, again, I'm so blown away by this flying ship. Like, no trace was left of the boats.
Died it.
I mean, we also don't really know. We left, we sailed away, but it looked like everything just kind of like vanished. So we didn't really go back to investigate.
Our boat was here, and then the flying boat was here, and it just kind of ate, and then it's gone.
He looks at you, PBJ, and he goes, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I understood that. I didn't need whatever this was. You're one of those. You're one of those spy Kenku, aren't you?
Hide it.
He goes, you're part of the secret society of Kenku, aren't you?
Can I just deception check? And
yeah, you can do a deception check.
I don't know what I would say. Deception or
It doesn't sound like a secret if you know about it.
Like a curdle.
Deception.
A fucking spy.
Yeah, who are we with? How did we happen to get here?
I hear this. I go to. My name's Johnny. I think we met before. This is to answer your question. That's who you're with. I'm Johnny.
That's
claw,
another 23.
And I click my claw.
Thank you.
Yeah, he goes.
My response is rather than try. I'm running out of emo quotes already.
You don't have to do this mimicry thing. I know you want to do it, but I'm just saying that the Kenku in streams. Okay, all right, that's fine.
It's less that I'm running out of quotes and more that I can't think of any topical ones for this.
Yeah.
When I was a young boy, my father took me to marching band.
He just kind of looks and he goes, okay, sorry, I was mistaken. Yeah, I understand that this was happening. He goes, I don't know why I thought that in the first place. But he goes, you, Earth Ganassi, you said that you were a necromancy wizard?
In training, yes.
Do you have access to the disguise self spell? Can you turn into one of these people?
Yes, and Ophie casts disguise self and does exactly that. He goes to look like one of those scaly creatures that we saw.
Okay. He looks at you for a little while in your maid uniform, and he goes, I've never seen one of these before.
Ian goes,
it looks like a... What?
After he goes, I've never seen one of these before, Egan goes, a maid?
He actually burst out laughing at that. He goes, oh. He goes, that... Woo! He takes a second, he wipes a tear from his eye, and he just goes, that was a good one, boy. That was quite clever. And he goes, no, I've never seen one of these scaly humanoids before. I don't know what this is, and I do not know what you guys. I don't know what this is. I'm sorry, I can't help with that section. But I have a lot on my plate here. I will help in whatever way I can. You've obviously done a great boon bringing my mother back to me, whether or not it was by accident or on purpose. And she seems to trust you all. So, Mother, you are free to go as you wish. I understand you have the best for the Cradle in your heart. And I should not be the one to stop you.
She would squeeze his forearm and just say, thank you, my boy. Your trust in me fills my heart. And if there's anything we can do here to help with the escaped monster holding down the lines, please don't hesitate to ask us. We are here to help you and protect us first as well.
Egan raises his hand and goes, yeah, I mean, if we can kill that monster thing, wouldn't that make your life a little easier?
He goes, if you guys are willing to board the boats and help with the fight, that would be phenomenal. Absolutely. He goes, yes, we...
Waxie's beaming at him, saying you guys, like including her in that.
He just goes, yes, if you guys want to help with that, we are going to leave the port within the next 24 hours to 2 days. We are trying one last attack on this creature. We don't, it escaped in the middle of the night. It killed all of our guards, so we do not know what it is. All of our scouts weren't able to report. We just know that it lives in the water now. Yes, if you all are willing to help us with that, I will put in a good word. I will send Howard with you guys to John Rat and Howard to bring you to our wizard. We can bring you through the port if that's what you wish to do. You're welcome to explore the cradle at your leisure until that time, but I will call for you when it's ready to launch at the port. I just ask that on the dawn of the next, not tomorrow, but the next day, I ask that you are willing to be at the port at that time.
I'd also like, just a brief side note, John Rat is such a thousands of times more phenomenal name. I definitely said Conrad on the train.
I knew it.
I could not hear. I'm sorry.
You're fine. John, incredible, and
John Rat's amazing.
I heard John Rat, and I was like, that sounds like a Dave name to make up on the spot. So we're gonna go with it.
Ophie is gonna take off the maid uniform and give it to John Rat. Like, you should wear this.
John Rat
throws it at Howard and just like hit Howard in the face.
A disrespect to my guards.
They pick it up and they go, in no way, shape, or form. And the general snaps his fingers and says, "You will wear the maid outfits." And they kind of slink off, and they kind of slink off, and they kind of come back in the maid outfits. They still have like huge like shoulder pads on, so like they're scale mail shoulder pads on, and like, but yeah, they're wearing full on maid outfits.
Egan definitely goes, nice, and tries to the general.
The general looks at you for a second, looks down at your fist, looks back up at you, and then he puts out two fingers, which are about the size of your fist, and he taps it, and he goes, "Nice." And then he turns around.
Ophie immediately puts his fist in too. He's like trying to be like included.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh no, that is a natural 5, so a 6. Nice.
Yeah, you miss it. You actually like hit both of their fists, and you like punch through it as they disconnect.
and he just goes, about that wizard tower. I would definitely like to go to the wizard tower.
He goes, yeah. The general goes, yes. You, John Rat and Howard will bring you around. You have free reign of the cradle for the next. It's late now. You can spend tomorrow exploring how you wish, and tomorrow we will. I will have them bring you to the tower tomorrow, and then you can do what you want after that. He kind of like beckons you at this point. He goes, "It's late. I still have much to do. I thank you for everything you have offered us, and for bringing my mother back." Yes.
Okay. Dave, you go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if the plan is to go to bed after this, like do a long, Waxie would sacrifice X amount of time until like a long rest would be needed to stay up and like help General with his plans and everything like that. Not less of a practice.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay. So do you want to? Are you going to take a level of exhaustion, or you're not going to take a level of exhaustion?
No,
you just want to spend time with him.
Exactly. Like if it's 8 hours, or how much it is, and say like from now until morning is 10 hours, I'd take the next 2 hours to stay up with him and help.
Gotcha. Yes, I understand. Yeah. So yeah, you end up staying with General Rising Dawn, and he actually stops work after about an hour or so, and he just goes, "Let's have dinner, Mother." And you guys have a while for dinner. You catch up. He asks you about your patron, and like kind of like what has happened in the 6 months that he hasn't seen you, or however long. You didn't know about the creature that escaped. That happened, and you didn't know that was going on. So you guys have a wonderful talk, and just he seems to be more accepting of you being your own person during that everything. PBJ, what did you want to do?
I would like to ask the general. Basically explain. First of all, I don't know about the secret society. Or if there is a secret society, I feel like talking about being a secret society makes it not a secret society. Now it's just society. And I am from a society in Flitterdown. That was your original question. I am a researcher from Flitterdown. If you, I would like to compare and contrast any notes that you might have from all the outbreak of research into the Greater Ruin. So basically just ask if I can look over.
Look over his notes. He goes, yes. I don't have any of it here. Actually, as this is mostly a military base, after a period of time, everything gets carted over to the wizard island. He's got a whole island to himself and his assistant, where they have all of this research stuff. They do all of our research for us. They are in communication with Flitterdown all the time. So yes, you have my permission. He writes a little note, flourish, and he goes, writes a little note, says, this party has my permission to have access to everything at the Research Society, the Wizards Research to Island, and gives it to you guys. And it's just like, yes, you have my permission to go and compare notes if you wish to. Yeah.
I never meant to brag, but I got him where I want him now.
He goes, okay, all right. I was never good with Kenku. And then he ushers everybody out and kind of starts to like close the door, and starts to work. So if everyone, we have, you've got, like I said, about 2 hours or so before a long rest. Is there anything else anyone wants to do, or we can just take a long rest now and start the next day?
Egan's definitely not sleep.
Yeah, Ophie. I guess Ophie's ready for sleep. He's pretty anxious about talking to the school, so he kind of wanted to get that done. But if Egan just wants to sleep, he's trying to play off that he's like nervous, so he's gonna be like, yeah, well, we'll just go to sleep. That's fine.
Do we have the alarm orb?
I don't know. You guys, that was kind of, I leave that up to you guys. Like it's like a 6 foot in diameter, like orb. I thought I mentioned that it was a huge orb, but I may not have. This is my Marymount moment.
Egan definitely, because I have the spell Wrist Pocket, so he definitely would have offered to like be casting that, so that we didn't have to carry this giant orb around.
Yeah, I think Ophie would have had to put it in the Ophie would have taken that and like put it.
Sure, we will retcon that and say that you put the orb into your wrist pocket space. So yeah, you have this giant orb.
Before we go to bed, Ophie would like to talk to Egan about this orb and be like, "Do you think we should sell it? We could probably get a lot of money for it here. I have no idea. I don't think I have any money. Do you have any money?"
It's definitely gonna like drop it out of the wrist pocket, like suds on the floor. Egan would say like
the room shakes a little bit,
but it seems pretty important. And it's proof that you got through the dungeon through the ruins and took something out. So technically, you completed your capstone.
Yeah, but
Egan, I just want to point out too that this is also your capstone, but you both didn't sign it off together. So you both need to complete this stuff.
Yeah, but you can just sign off on it.
Yeah, Egan's already going to know how to sign off.
Okay, that's fair. His parents can just sign off on it. That's fine.
Yeah, he's Ophie would say the only thing is like, but this, I don't know if this is the thing that we were in there for. We kind of needed the task with the Amela Trading Company to go right. I don't know if this counts as like completing the task, and also we kind of let all those people die. I don't know if that's going to be a demerit against me.
Does Johnny hear any of this?
I don't know. Are you guys being stealthy or?
We just dropped a giant orb. Like, how can we be stealthy about it?
Orb out of a pocket dimension. Like, we're not being stealthy.
Yeah, Johnny, you absolutely hear this.
So technically, I'm employed by the trading company. If you guys need me to sign anything, we went into the ruin. You got your thing, and we left.
Wait, but is this the right thing? Is that what we were looking for? We had very little instructions when we were.
They want us to take the goblins.
That feels like a slight to me and not the school.
No, this is definitely a slight to the school.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But unless they wanted us to take goblins, which aren't that valuable, this is magic. So, like, yeah, you did it. Hooray.
Way to just be racist towards goblins there for a whole...
I mean, which would you can't sell people. So, which is more valuable? The thing that you can't sell or the thing you can?
I think your exact words were... meaning than monetary.
Very funny. We had a whole thing about maids.
Ophie would reply to like Johnny and just be like, "Yeah, maybe. I just, I'm like the first person in like 12 years to actually have to do a capstone project. I feel like they don't know the rules for this capstone project, so I'm just nervous that they're just going to make it worse for me in the end."
Oh, then I'll just sign something, and what are they going to do? Tell me I'm wrong?
Well, you're also not Captain Sir named Tote. I forget his name.
I'm basically the captain now.
Captain Modi.
I was going to say, every other person on the ship died, so he's the captain.
Oh, these are good things for me to know. Okay, I feel a little bit better about this. We can probably go to bed now. It's okay. I'll be okay. Thank you guys for helping me. And he goes for a fist bump with Egan wearing his ring.
For the chaos, Egan definitely doesn't pay attention and accidentally knocks with the room as well.
And then they activate Sacred Flame, and Ophie just like points his fist to the ceiling. The Sacred Flame goes off and just goes, "Sardi boys!"
Yeah, and also just burns a hole in the
So much of the room is thankfully you guys are in the building that isn't mostly fur and like wood, so there's a lot of like kind of like stone things in this building, but what is made of like cloth does catch fire as you do that, and just a bunch of stuff starts burning in your room.
I'm just gonna go around and try to mending ashes together of these things.
Yeah, Ophie is going to like mold earth to like put out the fire.
Okay, we're doing the same shenanigan.
I'm gonna cast Shape Water in the snow, like outside, to try to protect the fire.
Okay, yeah, you guys put out the fire. Mending doesn't work on the ashes. Sometimes it does.
Doesn't stop Johnny from crying. This worked on my pants. Why isn't it working on them?
I love Johnny as this like stone-faced guy that just works sometimes.
Egan, and when you say that, because Egan is really good at magic, and says fire is technically a chemical reaction, so mending would fix its current properties. Fire changed its properties. You can't undo that chemical reaction with that spell.
So it doesn't belong to us anymore? Not our property?
Egan's just gonna turn back around.
Is Waxie with us?
No.
Waxie is not with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ophie would kind of get ready for bed.
Yeah. Great. You guys all have a long rest. You wake up fully healed, full spell slots, full to the brim with magic. Yeah, and you guys see as you guys kind of wake up and everything, you guys all get ready. John Rat and Howard come up and they knock on your door and they're like, "Hey, Waxie, you're actually with John Rat and Howard." At this point, they got you first, and they go like, "Look, we got breakfast ready for you guys. Come with us, and we chat for a little bit about what you guys want to do today."
Are they wearing the maid uniforms?
They are wearing the maid uniforms. Yes,
He definitely walks up the room. Is like, "Morning, boys," and slaps Howard on the ass.
Howard grabs your arm and then brings you to the ground and goes, "I may be wearing a maid uniform, but that doesn't mean that you can sexually assault me." And then lets you up and brings you to go get toast.
I didn't see the assault, so I just backhand Howard with my claw. Because the last thing Captain Modi told me to do was to protect these people, and I haven't been told to do otherwise, so I'm still doing it.
Modi. Howard does all that, says all that, and the minute that he finishes speaking, he gets backhanded across the wall, and he just let's do a roll. You guys see him? What?
I was like, and Howard is full dead.
No, he did roll a nat 1, however. No, you guys see him try to brush himself off, but he got flung into a stone wall by a man with a crab hand. So he is obviously visibly shaken and tries to get himself up, totally cool, but stands up, falls down again, stands back up, falls down again, vomits a little in his mouth, and sits down and just goes, stands up, and he just walks to go get breakfast.
I help Egan up.
You guys. Howard is not going to go with you for the rest of the day as he spends time getting his concussion fixed. It's now just John Rat with you guys. So they bring you to breakfast, and John Rat goes, "Wow, that was wild. and he like kind of like gives you guys breakfast, coffee, tea, whatever you guys want to eat. And he like sits down and goes.
I'm gonna do my detect poison and disease on it.
Sure.
It's like secretly, just because Johnny's still paranoid
give me
about
a deception check then.
Deception.
Yep.
And I
only a 10.
And I raid the liquor cabinet of this mess hall.
And you raid the liquor cabinet of the mess hall. Guess. Yeah, I don't see why not. Sure, go for it. Go raid the liquor cabinet. Yeah, as you try and we'll do a roll. We'll do a roll for this. Because I don't have stats for these guys. Because Dave made them up on the spot.
Ew.
While this is happening, Ophie does want to go up to Waxie and just be like, hey Waxie, just wanted to check in and see how your evening went with your son.
What? Sorry, I totally blacked out for a second.
Ophie went up to Waxie and was just like, how was your evening with your son?
Oh, he's such a good boy. We just kind of relaxed a little bit, and I helped him with his plans, and, he always overloads the back flank, and he just has to realize, double up on shields there, you'll be able to protect the front, but anyway.
Ophie saw, as soon as you said, like, back fleet, Ophie just, like, zoned out, and was just like, oh, yeah.
But then she'd be like, it was great to finally see him. It has been a while, and I'm glad he took the news so well. It's not easy when your mother makes a deal with a demon.
Does Egan hear this?
Yeah, Egan hears it, sure.
Mouth full of food, stops chewing, looks at Waxie, and just looks back straight at his plate and keeps eating.
On a 10 deception check, Johnny, John Rat sees you casting this ritual because it's been 10 minutes casting a ritual.
Yeah, I took a very long time to get started eating.
John Rat kind of places a hand on your arm. He's like, you can finish your ritual, and I understand not to mistrust us, but the food is safe. I promise. And he just kind of starts eating.
It's not you. It's just habit. Lots of backstabbing in the fleet. So
he goes. He gives you a wink, and he goes, "I understand." And then he goes, "Yeah." He starts eating himself.
John Rat and Johnny Claw should fuck.
Give me an insight check.
Also, I got a 19.
An 8.
Yeah, John Rat and Howard are really good friends. And you find some. You have to go into the back kitchen area of the mess hall and find a liquor cabinet. But yeah, you find a mess of vodka and rum and a bunch of stuff. You find liquor there.
That's my breakfast.
Okay, great.
Waxie, by chance you know the wizard at the tower on the island?
I don't want to make up another name if this guy has a name.
He does have a name. His name is Crackle.
Love that.
Oh, my boy, Snap, Crackle, Rice Krispies, let's go.
He's a Loxodon.
Ooh.
Yeah, oh yeah, is he young or old?
He's old. He's as old as you are.
Thank God. Okay. So we grew up together. Him and I have been friends for ages, and oh man, he was in the I mean, back in my time, we had. Oh, I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want to say that. She would. Yeah. Well, he was in the boys' academy, and I was in the girls' academy. But we were good friends. Our parents always shared bit. But anyway, enough about that. But it was my.
Ophie definitely wants to do like an insight check to be like, did they fuck?
Egan's gonna message Ophie and say.
So I got a oh wait, no, that doesn't seem right. But yeah, I guess I got a 23 on the insight check.
I will wait until you meet him to determine whether or not Waxie says if they fucked or not.
I'll have to. I don't know if Waxie's like tough.
How promiscuous was Waxie?
I was gonna say, I don't know if her tough like character traits means that she just like was like a badass who just like confidently got around and was like, fuck yeah, I don't give a shit. Or if she was like, oh, like no. She would basically like she'd be like, Crackle was an excellent what's the word I'm looking for?
Lover.
Lay.
Not being like of her. Well, yeah, he was an excellent counsel in my time as the general here at the Cradle. So I would trust him with my and my pussy. No.
Ophie is also shocked to hear that you were the general at some point, and it's like, wait, so wait, you were the general here too?
Yeah, I would. It's shocking that, like,
I would say yes, that Waxie was general at some point. Your reign may not have been as long as Rising Dawn's, but you were definitely the general leader at some point.
Yeah, because if I remember, it was like my husband was, and then he died, and then I took over for a bit, and then general took over.
Yep.
They all would pass. I mean, shut up. Last night, I was greatest warrior of our.
You're like cutting in and out, Dave.
Yeah. I lost all of that.
I said, it was past. About.
We're still not getting any of it.
Hold on, give me one sec. Is this better?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe you stop talking.
Nope, it didn't.
Nope.
I think it's actually because Greg's mic is picking up whatever he's doing.
Oh,
sorry. I was just getting a drink.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay hydrated. Tritons need a lot of water.
But yeah, so Waxie would say, well, yes, when my husband passed, I took the mantle for about 10 years until Rising Dawn took over. But really, it should have been me the whole time. As Rising Dawn said, I was the best fighter of my age and my generation. However, what's my husband's name? Do we know my husband's name?
I don't think I gave his name.
Okay.
Top
I think we talked about that. Hold on. He is Full Crescent.
Full Crescent. Yeah.
Full Crescent.
Full Crescent is certain. I will say this. I certainly the better war planner. He made a. But yeah.
So Ophie's gonna just take that in and he goes to salute or do something to respect her, but has remembered everyone who did that before she yelled at, so he just goes, he like pauses for a moment and just goes, nice. And then he goes,
Oh yeah.
do you think that do you think that the wizard has access to spells that might be able to like help us get to Flitter down in case the fight goes weird? Because I'd like to get to Flitter down.
I don't want to confirm nor deny that without approval from our fearless leader.
Just say yes, and we got
Patty
teleportation circle.
Actually, funny enough, yes, he does have. You would think he does. He is a high level wizard. He is old enough that he's like level 12. I think I made him like level 12. So he's like a powerful wizard.
Nice. So yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, of course he can. Oh my god, yeah, no, we'll be good.
Egan, for the
He
first
would not
time,
go help you guys though. You would know that he wouldn't help like in the battle. He's very much research oriented. And would not go in the battle.
Yeah, Ophie just wants to know if like he'll like if there's a way that if tomorrow's battle like doesn't go well and Ophie survives the battle, like could this guy teleport us to Flitter down instead of like having to wait for a boat?
Could he?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so she'd be like, yeah, no, he'll help us leave. In battle, though, he's probably a little too nestled in his books to really help us.
Egan's gonna hear that, and still with a mouthful of food, is gonna be like, "You think he's gonna let us peek at his books? That'd be sick."
Why? I don't know why that sounds like an innuendo.
He goes, Waxie fucked him.
Confirmation. Good investigating, bud.
Waxie,
and he definitely high fives Egan.
Waxie would 100% unintentionally answer in a way that leads it to believe that leads one to potentially believe that they did fuck, but she would be like
a lot of sexual tension.
Waxie, oh, yeah, no, he'd be happy to give us a tour of his pages.
He usually do the thing where like he's in the middle of chewing and that statement made him really uncomfortable again. And so he just went back to looking at his plate and he's jumping back out of that combo.
Yeah, they just high-fived, but they immediately regretted that they gained too much information. They're like, okay, no longer fun. And then, Ophie would go, would ask Waxie, like, he's like, I'm done eating. I'm not really that hungry. Could we go now? I think I'm still just like a little nervous.
Yeah, John Rat goes, yeah, we can go right now. Is everyone else ready to go? Is there anything else?
Excuse me, I was talking to Waxie. They are the fearless leader here. John Rat.
John Rat stands up, curtsies, like in his made up, and he sits back down and he goes, "My apologies, my lord." And then
Ophie feels very uncomfortable by that, and he like says, "John Rat, please don't call me Lord. I didn't mean that. You're a person too. You can take off the maid outfit if you want. I'm sorry. I'm just a dick."
Egan definitely laughed and also put his fist out for John Rat and was like, nice.
John Rat definitely fist bumps you, and then after he fist bumps, he curtsies one more time and goes, "Whatever my lord wishes." And then he leaves and takes off the maid outfit.
Also, is Howard in the mess hall and just not eating with us?
Well, Howard's in the infirmary.
Oh, okay.
He got a concussion.
I want to bring Howard a coffee and a donut as an apology.
Okay. Yeah, he goes. Yeah, you go bring coffee and a donut to Howard. Howard is like looking up and he goes, "Oh, hey, Fire Ganassi boy. what's up? I don't think any of you have given them their names.
No. I'm definitely just gonna be like, my name's Egan, and I'm sorry. No disrespect for earlier. No disrespect was intended earlier, and I hand him the coffee and the donut. Then I'm just like grinning because I'm a big dummy.
Yeah, and he takes it and goes, I really appreciate that. Yeah, no hard feelings. Everyone messes up. It's just don't do it again. You see, he's still wearing the maid outfit though, and he goes, "It makes me feel." He like looks down and he's like, "It makes me feel sexy." And then he just eats his donut and drinks his coffee. He's pretty chill. Cool. He's got his head wrapped up in a bandage. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave, and I'm immediately gonna go up to Johnny and be like, "Yo, you fucked him up."
They're in armor. They should have been fine. You could have done that to me, and I would have been fine. And I'm naked, basically. I just have pants on.
And there's
in his defense, if you would have done that to me, I think I would have just broken in half. So
I don't think so. No, that doesn't seem right. I think their armor is up. They should get that checked out.
Yeah, so you guys, nothing else you want to do? You're ready to go to the research island? Great. John Rat and Waxie. Waxie is leading the way, I assume, just scooting along with her little walker that she has. Everyone is having a really hard time keeping up with her as she just scuttles along.
a walker. I didn't know that.
I thought that's what you said the first session.
I probably did.
I just always imagined this like old lady with a walker.
I love the idea of her being faster than Johnny
with a walker.
That's why it was so funny. That's why I said that she did that. I said that she did that. It was quite humorous to me. But if you don't want her to have a walker, then she doesn't have a walker. That's fine.
No. When she sprints,
a little part of me would like to believe that the walker is enchanted by your demon patron, and it just kind of like I'm imagining it's like pulling you along.
Oh my god!
I like to think that it's the arcane focus. So it's yeah.
I have a staff, but can staff have the same staff but just be a walker?
Yeah, sure, that's fine. It's so when you're ready to fight, it collapses into a staff, a quarter staff.
I just imagine her holding it up like a turret and shooting spells out of the tennis balls on the ends.
Oh my god!
I mean, yes, yeah. That was my thought as well. I love it. Anyway, so you guys go through the town, the city. It's earlier in the morning. It's around 8 and 9 a.m. So people are starting to pick up, move around a little bit more. You guys make your way to the docks, the port kind of city, and John Rat, he ushers you onto a small docking vessel and just ushers you over to this. You guys travel through the little Pelican, the islands around, and you come across basically you guys land on a smaller island that has after like the dock, and there's a path. And then you come upon basically a giant castle that encompasses the entire island after about like a 15-minute walk down this path. And John Ratliss goes up and he goes, "Hey, here it is. This is our Island Research Society. Crackle's in there. What was this? Crackle and Horn are both in there. Horn is his assistant. You're able to just, go, you have your note. I'll come up with you guys. Let's, we can go. Let's go talk to him. Let's go figure out what you guys want to talk about. Ushers you in. You guys walk up. You walk up like what seems to be like 30 flights of stairs. And then you come out and you're only on the second floor of the castle. So It's you guys are real tired, and it just seems to keep going, and you walk into leave the staircase, and you come in, and then you come open this door, and as you leave the stairwell, you come into the hallway. A door blows open, and you hear from this cavernous room that you can see kind of in where the door blew open, and papers scatter everywhere. And he goes, "Horn, wrong!" And you see a Loxodon sprint across the doorway inside the room, chasing a bunch of books. He's like, in that split second that you see him, he's got a big elephant head. He's got like a beard underneath his trunk, and like his horns kind of have like a mustache underneath them. So his tusk, I should say. I guess it's up top there. Yeah, so he's got a mustache underneath his trunk, and his horns are kind of like shaved down a little bit, and they're older and a little bit cracked, but they got like gold rings on the other side. He's like this olden wizard Loxodon, and he like just chases past some books. And you saw it for a split second.
Egan's definitely gonna run in there, and I want to use my momentary stasis ability to try to like catch the bus in like a bubble of stop time.
Yeah, so you run in, and there is a mess of a tornado of books and papers just flying around this huge cavernous room. You stop one of the books that you see the Loxodon is trying to catch, and you see a Haragon jump up, grab the book, and you stop, throw a potion down. It forms like in Big Hero 6 where the girl the Honey Lemon who creates that bubbly stuff. He throws that down and it creates that, and he lands on that, bounces off, and he goes, yes, we got the book. We got it. Crackle, we have it. And Crackle goes, yes, our cookbook. We've been missing that. And he grabs it, and he kind of wanders off into the kitchen. And he's starting to throw a little more spices in to like a chili pot. He's been making chili. And the tornado hasn't stopped. The papers haven't stopped going. There's still a mess going on everywhere. He's just stirring some chili in this side kitchen.
And he just completely ignores us.
Crackle completely ignores you. Horn comes up and he goes, thank you, my good sir. That was quite a use of time magic, I noticed. Without it, who knows if we would ever been able to make this chili.
Ophie's gonna pop over Egan's shoulder and be like, yeah, he is the best chronomancy wizard on the planet.
Egan is beaming.
Horn goes, that I have no doubt. No doubt indeed. That was quite an impressive display of magic. And he kind of walks back over to Crackle. He jumps up, lands on his shoulder, and they start muttering to themselves as they pour more spices into this chili.
I would like to go up to them making chili and then offer either a thing of whiskey or rum and be like, oh no, you just gotta let the alcohol boil out, and then it'll add all that extra spice and all that extra sugar to this chili.
You hand him rum, and you see Crackle looks over. His eyes go wide. He goes, yes, this is what we need. Rum in our chili. And he takes it, downs half of the bottle, and then dumps the rest of it in, immediately turns off the flame, and then he just sits down in front of a crystal and starts eating the chili.
Ophie's gonna kind of timidly go up to him and be like, Crackle, now that you have your chili that we so graciously helped you get your book, is there any way that you could help us contact my school? I'm from Academy Prime.
You see, he stands up really fast, dumps the chili on the ground as you say Academy Prime, and he goes, Academy Prime, who are you? Who sent you? Are you looking for my research? And he whips like a bunch of maid's hands out of his like hands, grabs a bunch of books from the tornado, and then throws them into a back room and locks it. And he goes, "You can have it." And then and then he like
my name's Ophie, Ophicord lateralis. I'm a senior at Academy Prime. I was doing my capstone project when our ship got wrecked. I just want to contact the school to let them know and also figure out if I need to do something else for my capstone project.
He goes, yes, the capstone project. I remember it well. Yeah, I got like a sending spell or something over here. And he like kind of like leaves and then comes back. And he like pulls out his spell book and he goes, yeah, and he goes, and then a big like screen shows up kind of. And he like knocks on it, and then the door of the principal's office appears on the screen as he knocks. And you see, what did I call these guys earlier?
Principal
Cliff Steele
and Secretary Lynx Crossing.
Thank you. You
Love
see,
the name
you see, you see the door knocks. You hear a bunch of rustling on the inside of it, and you see the door opens. Nothing walks out of the door. The door closes, and then the door opens back up again, and you see a really disheveled Clip. Clip at the door, and he goes, "Who is this? Who is contacting me at this time? I'm very busy, you know."
Principal Steele, this is Ophicord lateralis, senior in the school.
Who are you?
My aunt is Mirakofi lateralis.
Yes. Mirakofi. Yes.
My parents passed away. I'm the only one doing the capstone.
Dead parents.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, I remember you. This Clip Steele is a human, by the way. He's a human. He's like an older, like 50s human person. Like he's just a regular human dude.
I'm the only one that had to do my capstone project. There was a problem on the with the Abnella trading company. The ship was attacked by some flying ship. Don't really know how to
Egan's
describe
having
it.
to pop over his shoulder and be like, it was a giant skyboat.
He goes, "What? A skyboat? That doesn't make any sense. Those don't even exist." Anyways, you actually went on this mission?
Yes.
Like, no one does that.
Thank you. You're really rubbing in great moments for me. Thank you, Principal Steele.
No, why are you doing this? I don't give a shit what you're doing at all. Don't contact me. Crackle, I told you never to do this again.
Wait,
first of all.
Sir, but am I going to graduate? I
don't give a shit. Get someone to sign your paper. Get Crackle to sign it. I don't care. And he goes, Lynx, get in here. He closes the door. The door opens. And then you see another disheveled-looking gnome person walking in. Lynx is his secretary, walking in, and the door closes again. And then Crackle closes the little lip, whatever it was, and he goes, well, there you go. There's your answer. Looks like you're going to graduate. Congratulations.
Okay, well, fuck that place. Can I study with you?
He like throws you his spell book, and he goes, yeah, sure, if you want. And he just kind of like flips over at you, and he goes, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, you wanna, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is Academy, or what's left of Academy Delta. So no one really comes here anymore because no one wants to study magic on the Cradle."
Oh no, continue. Go ahead.
Ophie gets excited that he has the book, and he knows Egan was really excited to like learn some
Egan
magic
audibly
here.
gasped.
Yeah, and they just like I'd imagine that they like stop whatever they were doing and they just start like scrolling through like the spell book like they're like two little kids at like a coloring book, like looking at all the magic and spells inside.
I imagine we didn't find a table. We
Yeah.
just like sat on the floor.
Yeah, we like curled up next to the tornado. That's like the tornado's like whirling and wishing around, and it's just like
there's
him and
paper
I
flying
like
everywhere.
yeah, it's just him and I like looking at the book while like the Minkling and the Rummy Nose are just like also like peering on our shoulders or like catching like I imagine the Rummy Nose is like catching like paper and throwing it at people. Like
The Minkling's fetching the paper for the Rummy Nose.
Warren is like running back and forth and he goes, "No, stop. I don't know what that is, but that may be very important data. Bring it back."
At this point, Waxie would kind of like step forward out of the back of like the crowd of everyone, and just go, "Crack the Theon Geronimo the Third."
And he stops and he looks at you and he goes, "No one's called me that in a long time there, waxing moon. You son of a bitch." And then he like with like this big hug and he like, is like, "Ah, I missed you." Is that a sense of arcane power that I sense coming from you? It took you way too long to pick up the magical arts.
She'd be like, "Stop it, you know me too well. What does it smell like? Cinnamon or something?"
It smells like shit.
Also
it smells like absolute shit.
As this is happening, Ophie's gonna like look at Egan and be like, "I can't tell. Did they fuck? I don't know."
Wait, so who got the 23 insight?
That was me. Yeah.
Okay, so Waxie, on a 23 insight, did they fuck or not? Now that you've met him and kind of know his personality.
They didn't fuck, but
They did a lot of hand stuff.
yeah, towards the end of they did hand stuff, and she gave her first blow.
Ophie doesn't know what to do with that information. He like doesn't want to say that out loud, like because that is so much detail that he like picked up, but he's just like.
Ophie on a 23 also knows that for her first blowjob, it was phenomenal.
Ophie is just so impressed by this woman. Like Ophie is is truly in awe of this woman.
Waxie is incredible. Yeah. So
nothing's.
So you guys are
like old friends. I said nothing's weird between the two of them.
Yeah, they're great. It was years in the past now. You're both like 80. That was like, what?
There's been so many blowjobs.
2 months ago.
62 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wants to, he'll take, Crackle is going to take you off, into, the side and be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm, so excited to see you." Kind of wants to talk to you about, what's going on since the last time we saw you. Horn is actually going to come up to you, PBJ, and is going to be like, "Hey man, I noticed that you're an alchemist, right?" He goes, "You got it."
Did that cut out for everyone? Sounded like he goes, "Ah."
Yeah.
Yeah. He just goes, "Listen, I mean, I'm also an alchemist. If you wanted to trade some potions, I think that would be really great. No one here is an alchemist, so if you wanted to, I'd love to kind of talk shop."
Yeah.
All right. And you guys like kind of go off into the corner, and I will send you some stuff later as he teaches you 2 new potions that you didn't know that you didn't have yet. And John Rat and Johnny, you guys are just kind of standing there, these 2 muscleheads in a school of magic. And John Rat kind of just looks over to you and is like, "You get any of this? Because I sure don't."
I wanted some of that chili, but
He goes, "Yeah, the chili kind of really looked like it hit the spot, didn't it?"
it smelled really good. I don't know how they didn't.
Did you? Did anyone? I couldn't hear that. Say that again.
Oh, what does a book teach you about cooking? I can't.
It cut out again.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The whole second half cut out.
Yeah.
Just forget it. We can move on.
He goes, something about what does a book teach you about cooking? He just goes, yeah, I don't know. I think I need to get my maid chops back on. And he actually leaves and comes back in a maid uniform and picks up the cookbook and starts kind of like thumbing through it. And he like calls you over, Johnny. He's like, "Hey, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out."
I go over and I click my claws and I'm ready to cook.
You guys start cooking up another batch of chili. Smells really good. Yeah.
While so Waxie and Crackle left the room, right?
They're like in just another side of the sanctum.
Oh, okay. Ophie would like to start, like, after kind of like looking through his book. He's gonna like leave Egan. I think he thinks Egan's probably a little bit more excited about it than he is. He's gonna try to like go and like look for any books on the ruins, the greater ruins.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. I will say this: how do wizards work again? Their whole book thing.
It's just time and money.
Yeah.
Is it just time and money? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's like an hour per spell slot, and
that's what I thought. I will say this: as you guys thumb through the book, you can each choose one spell to copy without using money, because like he gave you he gave you his book and he's basically allowing you to like kind of teach it for free. So you can either take protection from evil and good, arcane lock, dispel magic, glyph of warding, or stone skin, or transmute rock.
Can we decide that later?
Yeah, I have the list. So
okay,
sweet. You do see in his book though he has teleportation circle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I got a 24 on that investigation check.
Sick. Yes. This is a place full of magical research. It's probably not as good as like Flitterdown or anything because they have a lot more research there. Tell right off the bat on a 24 that they don't know what's going on with the Greater Ruins. This kind of just happened. They don't know why things are suddenly escaping. They don't know why there's such a surge of monsters coming out. That doesn't make any sense. There was a burst of arcane energy at some point in their notes that occurred. But that's really all that they know what's going on. The other thing on a 24 investigation check you would find out about the Greater Ruins is that they were around before like some of the lesser ruins and before like history only goes back so far for you guys. The Greater Ruins were noted to have existed before history existed. And you would think that they were somehow connected on a 24 investigation, somehow connected to like creation myths.
Okay. Then the last thing Ophie would like to look for is if there's any books on the goddess Loeth here. If there's anything about like any ruins that are attributed or connected to her, and so forth.
Yes. Yeah, there is one on. I'll just give it to you on the 20. I'm not going to make you roll again. There is the lesser ruin. The lesser ruins don't normally have names. The greater ruins don't have names either. But this one has gotten a little bit of a name for itself because there's not a lot to do on the cradle. But this one has a name. It's called the Mirror Self Ruin.
The Mirror Self?
And the Mirror Self Ruin.
Okay.
And there's some. It's a definitely a lesser ruin to the goddess Loth. And that's on the cradle. There's that on the cradle. You would also see that there's one to Vrabok, and Crestor. Lesser ruins to both of those as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
PBJ, was there something you wanted to look for too?
When I'm done doing the alchemy stuff, I would definitely I had the thing like I'm allowed to look over the notes. I'm looking over.
Yep.
Research notes prior to the breakout, and it just compare them to. It's like I would have being a researcher.
Yep.
Like basically comparing my notes.
Yeah, you have your own history. Yeah, you want to compare the two. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yep.
Could Ophie give him the help action by like telling him what
Ophie can give him the help action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just gonna explain like the books that he read and stuff about the greater ruins, how they like existed before time and everything.
18 on the die for a 25 investigation.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay. What is there? 25. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You find a lot of the same stuff that Ophie finds corroborated. It's it's not like he found it on like a one-off book or something. Comparing it to your notes, something happened 1,000 years ago or so, but like you don't see anything. That's what's happening with this greater ruin. With what's that knowledge is happening, even on a 25 investigation, something else is going on with that. I will say though, no, I think that's there's specifically looking to compare your notes to what's his notes prior to like everything that's going on. You would just find the same stuff. The greater ruins existed before history existed, but like something happened, potentially in relation to the greater ruins 1,000 years ago.
Okay, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm trying not to read things and also like. So they more or less seem like the same type of things. There doesn't seem to be any like causing incident that I can tell from the note.
No, you wouldn't be. You don't know what the causing incident would be from comparing these things.
The last thing would what about let me just double check I believe it was theology didn't match, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. Yeah,
nothing with There's not a lot on geology here.
Okay.
You would see something like no, because they wouldn't know that. No, you don't see anything about geology here. Crackle is more about the arcana and the magic going on, and he's an abjurative wizard. You guys, Ophie and Egan, you would know that for sure. He's more about trying to create wards around Cradle to protect what's going on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's kind of all Ophie would be really interested in while Crackle's talking to Waxie.
Great, yeah. So if there's Crackle and Waxie, you come back. He kind of laughs and he's like, I've missed you, and this new arcaneness about you is quite something there, Waxie. And he kind of like winks at you a little bit, but like in a playful way, it's almost like he knows what Ophie and Egan picked up on and is just trying to confuse them more. And he like squeezes your hand and he goes, I wish you the best of luck on whatever it is you're doing. And then he turns to John Rat and Johnny Claw and he goes, that chili smells incredible, but we need more rum. And he just kind of like pulls a bunch of rum out of the air and pours all of it into the chili, turns the burner off again, and doles out everybody to have a bunch of chili in the sanctum.
Perfect.
And that is where we will end today's session. Everyone having a bunch of
chilling with chili. All right. Bye, stream.
Yes. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.